this particular tutorial, I'm going to show you how to color grade with the CapCut PC software at ease, and most of the stuff that we are going to be using are free, so you don't need to actually get the pro plan for you to actually color grade. Without further ado, let's jump into it. But don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow for more content like this. And today what we have here is a S-Log2 footage of a white lady wearing a nose mask, and we are going to try as much as possible to color grade it to perfection, or to color grade it to look good than the S-Log2 footage, right? Yes, so this is the before, and then this is the after. Before and the after. Before and the after. And I'm going to show you how to get this look and other options as well. I'm going to teach you how you can be able to adjust the colors, bring up the contrast, bring up the shadows, making sure the colors are okay and all that. Okay, so first and foremost, let me delete this. Now, if you want to color grade the log footage, or if you want to even get started with color grading, you just drag and drop your image or your video to the CapCut PC software, and then when you drag it to the main timeline, so in case I want to color grade all this on this particular video without doing anything, I'll just go to the adjustment, select the video, go to the adjustment, and come and tweak with the adjustment settings here, right? But I don't want to do that. I want something that I can later use in case I want to use throughout the video. I can maintain the colors. So without withstanding, I will actually come to this aspect where the adjustments are. So when you click on the adjustment, what you do next is to come to custom adjustment, and then you click on the plus icon. So immediately you click on the plus icon, it's going to bring you an adjustment layer. There you go, this is an adjustment layer. So whatever preset, whatever colors, whatever changes that will make is actually going to be affected, is going to be applied to the adjustment layer that we'll just brought in right there instead of the main footage. The reason being that in case we don't need the footage again and we want to bring in another footage, it's going to maintain the same color composition, the color grade for the adjustment layer, right? I hope that is understood. Now, as I've brought in my adjustment layer, the next step I'll take is very simple. This is a log footage, and you can see it is out of saturation and contrast. So I'll select my adjustment layer, drag the playhead to where I can see the adjustment layer fully, and I'll come to adjust. Since it's already is an adjustment layer, you're going to see the adjust button or the adjust window or the adjust panel, however you call it. And then all these are actually for the pro ones, but I'm trying something for the free people, the free CapCut users. Now, the first step I will take is very simple. I'll come to my curves, and then where you see all the luma, I'm trying to bring up the shadows and the contrast, right? So I'll come and select this aspect right there, add a bit, then hopefully drag it to the downside to bring out the shadows of it. I think this is okay. And then I'll come to this aspect too, then I'll left click and drag it upwards a little bit to create this sort of shape. I don't want to overdo it. This aspect actually handles the highlight, so if I take it overboard, this is what you get to see. It handles the highlight. If you bring it low, desaturate it. If this aspect actually handles the contrast, and the middle aspect handles the mid-tones and all that, right? So let me remove it by right clicking. If you want to remove a bit, you just right click and it removes it for you. So this is the nature of the graph that I want to go with. So this is okay for me. So let's turn it off. Let's turn the adjustment layer off to see the progress that we have made so far. You come here by clicking on the high track or the eye icon. So this is before, and this is the after. You could see that this is usable, but for the look that we are going in for, we are going to add one or two adjustments to it. So we'll now come to the adjust panel. Now when you click on adjustment, you get to see the adjust panel, auto adjust, color match, color corrections. Like I said earlier, these are for the pro users. I have a pro account, but in this particular case, I'm trying to teach everyone, both the free and the pro users. Now, when you come here, what I'll usually do is to crank up the saturation a little bit. So you could see from 0 to about 10 to 20. Don't overdo it. Since it's a log footage, you can go, let's do 20. Yes. So when I'm done with the saturation at 20, I'll actually come to the contrast a little bit and increase the contrast to about 5. The highlights, I kind of feel they're okay, but you can play with it to get whatever look that you want to get. The shadows, I want to bring the shadows down a little bit, and then the whites, I kind of feel they're okay. The blacks, I'll leave the blacks at 0, brilliant at 0. And where the magic happens is where the effects are. I love the clarity slider. So what I'll do next is to bring in the clarity around 20, sharpness around 10, to add that sort of sharpness to our entire footage. So when I'm done with all this, and I'll just turn it off and turn it back on. So this is the grade that we've been able to do so far. Now we have the temperature slider, the tint and everything. You can go to the HSL values and select every component step by step, but usually I want to experiment with the temperature and the tint slider. So if you bring it here, you see it gives that sort of cool tone. If you bring it upwards, it gives you that sort of warm tone, more or less like a wall flame. This is too much, but you see what I'm talking about. So it always depends on the look that you want, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. If you want it to feel like you are in a snow weather or you're in a cold season, you can actually tint it to the left side of the temperature slider, which is going to give it that sort of cold. Then perhaps you can also adjust the tint, and then you are good to go. So basically that's just it. And let me show you the HSL values. That is where you can manually adjust each and every color in your video. Each and every color. If you don't know what the color is, you come to the eyedropper too, then you come and select what color it is, and then you can actually tweak in the color. You actually use the hue slider. When you select that particular color, you can change the saturation, you can reduce the brightness. You see it only affects the nose match, right? Yes. So this is okay for me. So basically this is the look that I want to get. And let me go back to the adjust panel, and then you can have a look of how the component looks, right? Yes. So this is it. You can, I'll leave you to take a screenshot of it so you can later use it in your edit. But notwithstanding, I also did one previously way before I started this tutorial, and this is how it also looks. Let me bring a hand, and this is the look for this one too. So when you are done color grading, what you do next is very simple. You just click on the export. So welcome to the end of our color grading class. For this particular episode, we were able to actually color grade this footage. We wanted it to look a little cold, more or less like in a cold season. So that's what we just did right here, and we're also able to tweak something like this too, to more or less like a warm tone. So there you go. If you like videos like this, what I would suggest you do is to subscribe to Samo Fabiano Tech or Samo Fabiano on YouTube, and then let's link up. If you want access to my preset too, you can also go check it out in the links are already in my description, and then you can get to purchase them. Peace out.